Alright, so you just beat Capra Demon. What are you to do? Well, my video didn't give you enough information, so this is going to be filling in the gap. You just got the key to the depths, so come back down the way you came for this shortcut. And then immediately turn right and follow along this wall. We'll be entering through that door. I just want to get that soul there for a moment for the sake of completion, because OCD. Hold on just a moment. My apologies. Especially for the spinning screen. So you want to go over here and unlock this door. And open it and start going down. Now, if you're a new player, the first thing that I want you to do is learn caution, or at least exercise caution. And also exercise patience and looking around. So when you come down here to the stairs where everything starts first opening up, look around so you can see, okay, there's two guys in front of us. And then this guy will start getting aggro to you and you're like, okay, that guy was behind me. Very important, because if you actually start going forward, you're usually going to get flanked, unless you can parry, or unless you're just a little bit fancy with the rolls and the blocking and all that. There's only the one guy behind you, so don't worry. Sorry, I was looking at my cat, because he's been acting all weird all day. However, if we go back here where that other guy actually was, we will get a soul. Large soul of a nameless soldier. Alright. So coming down here, again, I want you to look around. Okay, you can see guys with torches. Be very careful of the guys with torches. You can see someone down there moving up towards us. Okay. You can see something down there, but you really don't know what it is. Okay, put that from your mind for the moment. Alright, well, let's let this guy come up and attack us, so at least get one dude out of the way. There's only one guy to our left. Whoops. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so let's talk about the guys with torches. They're basically the regular grunts, same health and all that, but with torches. And you may think, well, what's the difference? Well, the fire actually does a lot of damage. And there is a specific move there where they charge forward, flailing their arms. If you see them doing that move, don't even try to parry it, don't even try getting out of the way of it. Just block it. That move, usually by the time I get to the depths, it wasn't that, by the way. I'll try to get them to point it out. But usually that move can kill me in one shot by the time I actually get to the depths. Ow. It was basically that move, but with a torch. And running forward. Man. I have no Estus because I played so bad against Capra Demon. It's been a while since I played Dark Souls. Alright. So again, look around. You can break these tables. Cool. If you're having trouble with the enemies that we're going to be encountering down below, breaking these tables and then luring them up here is actually a very good idea. Now, you're going to see more dog down here. Be very careful because he can actually get you to fall down. So what I want you to do if you're a new player is lock onto him and then pull him up here. Again, breaking the tables is a pretty smart move, just so you have some extra room to fight. Alright, now at this point, I don't have a bow, I don't have anything except for black firebombs and regular firebombs. So here's what I want you to do. Clip some firebombs, and then lock onto this dog. Now first, let's look around a little bit. You can see a chest behind him. That's not a fake chest, it's a real chest. Very important, we're definitely going to be wanting that. You can see a butcher to the right. Okay, right when we attack the dog, the butcher's going to get called over. May or may not break the table, so be ready for the butcher to immediately be charging at you. Or be ready for it to be going around the table. And let's look behind us, just to see if anything's going to flank us. You can see more dogs, you can see water. You move slowly through that water. However, attacking anything, nothing is going to be pulled from behind us, so don't worry about it, unless you get closer to them, as in you're knocked into the water. So, let's attack this dog. What you can also do is simply pull it forward normally, but as you can see, that is very dangerous. Alright, so here's what you do when you're in a bad situation in this area. First of all, you gotta get the dogs off you, because once you get the dogs off you, fighting these guys fighting the butchers is a piece of cake. So, when you're this damaged, immediately start backing up, keep your shield up. The dog shouldn't be doing enough damage to you to where your stamina is going to be a big deal. Nope. Keep moving. If your lock-on is accidentally broken like that, turn back to face him. Do nothing but focus on the fact that you need to be blocking this dog. Now this was done kind of on purpose by me, because I always do like talking about what to do when you're in trouble in an area. So, okay. There we see the dog is gone, and again, you can use humanity to fully heal yourself if you don't have any Estus flasks, which I don't. Alright. So the butchers themselves are actually quite easy once you get rid of the dog beside it. And there's 2 butchers in this entire area, and there's only one in, with this butcher. There's the butcher. Alright, where's the dog? Anyway, well, since the butcher's up here, I don't know where the dog is. This is another good reason to actually break the tables, because if you can lure the butcher up here, it's a much wider battleground. You still have to be careful of these pillars, as in getting back into a small corner of these pillars form, but still. Alright, so first, how about a fun fact? These butchers are confirmed by the developers to be female. Alright, now enough of the fun facts. You can see that it has a butcher knife. When it does that overhead two-handed attack where it slams this butcher knife into the ground, I don't want you to block through that, I don't want you to try to parry that. What I want you to do is move back, and then go around for the backstab. It's not that hard to do. So for instance, it does that. You can see it takes a very long recovery time. Two-hand your weapon, and then get the backstab off. Now, let's talk about parry timings, and let's talk about block timings. Now, as you can see, especially this early in the game, their attacks take a lot of stamina off. So in this, you have to be very intelligent about when you're going to start blocking and when you're not. So, let's take a hit. Oh, come on, that was weak. Oh, come on. Let's say you take that. You can see we have half or just a little over half of our stamina gone. So what I want you to do when you take so much stamina damage... Ow. Good, I showed that off at the very least. When you take a lot of stamina damage, I want you to stop blocking and start moving around to the side, and then block if you have to, because that other attack is not going to grab you. Now let's talk about that grab attack. As you can see, she grabbed me with the red thing in her hand, and then pulled me down, and hit me. You definitely want to try to avoid the red thing, and again, as long as you're blocking and standing right in front of her, nothing's going to happen, or if you're moving around the side of her, nothing's really going to happen to you. But when fighting these guys, I want to stress how important, especially when you're a new player. I mean, I can kill these guys pretty easily. But when you're a new player, I would definitely want to stress to you keeping an eye on your stamina and keeping an eye on the dogs. Excuse me. Kill the dogs first, it'll make fighting the butcher so much easier. Lure the dogs out, then fight the butcher. If you have fire bombs, if you have a bow, if you have a crossbow, what else would you have? If you have any alluring skulls, actually, that would work. Except you might pull the butcher towards you as well, but it might be worth a shot, because the dog will move forward more quickly than you can try to take it out. But again, be cautious around the dogs, because they can be dangerous. So the real tactic to fighting these guys is either parrying them or continuously moving around to get the backstab off. They're not that hard, they're a little intimidating when you first start fighting them, but they're not that difficult. Now let's show off, well, I won't show off regular attacks on this one because, whoops, obviously it's dead. Now, when fighting these 2 butchers, one of them is always going to be dropping the sack that's on his head. Just for fun. If it's not the first one, then I guarantee it'll be the second one. There you are. Alright, so coming over to this chest is going to be very important to you. This is the large ember, so if you give this to Andre Vastor, the blacksmith that you meet in the Undead Parish, if you give this to him, or if you initiate dialogue with him after you pick this up, he'll talk about, oh my gosh, that's a magnificent ember you have there. Would you lend it to me? Say yes, and then you can actually upgrade your weapons to +6 to +10, using large shiny that can be farmed in this area that I actually did show. I'm proud of myself for doing that. I'm mad at myself for not showing this. Okay, so let's look around here. See if there's any hidden areas. Well, yes, there is. Behind all these crates, there's a drop-down area. Completely safe. However, there's someone much more important that we need to go and find. So across the water, be careful of this guy. I know it's a little scary, but those dogs actually will not attack you if you just walk, or even run by the water. Make as much noise as you want. Those dogs will not attack you as long as you take this path. Kind of stick them more to the right and then curve in when you have to. You can ascend this from really any side. Now let's look around. What's that? It's another butcher. So up in the top left corner, right by the door that you're kind of prompted to go into, is another butcher. Sorry about that. I have to let my cat out. He's been really stupid all day. So you can see up there, it's the exact same... Stupid cat. It's the exact same butcher. Exact same weapons. But how do you get it to come down? Well, you can shoot it. Okay, fair enough. But you can also walk close enough to it, and then move back. If you can't get the butcher to come down, actually enter through the doorway, and then run past. Alright, now let's test some regular attacks on this thing. So, you backstab it, you come up, and you do a little bit of damage. For doing regular attacks against this thing, and again, guys, I would like to apologize for the noise. The real key to doing regular attacks against this thing is very good roll or block timing. So as you can see there, I got 2 hits off. You probably shouldn't be that greedy, but I knew that I could roll out of the way because there's that very small timing. But if you're a new player, just get the 1 hit off, and then back up, or block, or whatever you need to do. There's the sack, we'll put that on. There we go. Now you can see over there.
Yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
This is Laurentius of the Great Swamp. He's a pyromancer. You have to free him from the barrels. Do not attack the barrels. Instead, what I want you to do is roll into them. If you attack the barrels, you might actually hit him and might accidentally cause him to get angry at you, where he'll start attacking you. Then you have to spend money at Oscar of Astora to get to buy repentance. So let's talk to him.
Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, of the Great Swamp. I will not forget my debt to you. Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
Alright, so now he will actually travel back to Firelink Shrine, where you can get a pyromancy glove from him. And you can buy, you can ascend that, you can upgrade your pyromancy glove, and you can buy pyromancy. It's pretty effective, so let's open this door. Now I'm opening this door for 2 reasons. One, to show you that it's there, and I'm just going back real quick to show you its exact location. So coming into where the butcher is, you just keep going right after you kill the butcher. Or go straight across from the door that holds Laurentius, then keep going this direction, turn right. Now, I'm going to show you what's down here. This is actually a very effective shortcut that you can use to get back to Firelink Shrine and from this area very quickly. This is especially useful if you are someone like me who likes to be summoned. Okay, so you see we enter this area. Very long hallway. Over there at the very end, guarded by the dude with the torch, is a door. In that, beyond that door is actually a bonfire. You cannot access this bonfire just by taking the shortcut alone, because the door is locked. So let's go back. However, again, this is a very effective shortcut if you're attempting to get back to Firelink Shrine quickly. It's still going to take you a little while of running, but this is faster. So let's go back to that one area that we had opened up before. And then, I think, past Ironsquire is going to take it away from there. However, I will preface some things. Just a quick note, when you're walking through water, when you move, you only do that. If you continuously switch weapons, you get a little bit of stamina back. It's called the stamina glitch. Actually allows you to move much more, for a much longer period of time than you would be able to normally. I just prefer to roll through that area. Not a big deal. So let's drop down. Alright. First thing you're going to notice, again, let's look around. Okay. Giant freaking rat. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a problem for people who do not have ranged weapons like I don't. I don't have any ranged weapons, and I think me of the past had ranged weapons when we did this. We had... Well, I have firebombs, but I'm going to show you how to take this on without firebombs. So let's go... Going over there, wrap all the way around, get that spider shield. That is going to be very, very useful coming up later on. For Blighttown, actually. Basically, the spider shield, for those of you who don't know, grants 100% defense against toxin and poison. Very, very useful in Blighttown. Especially if you're new. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, doing a jump attack, or not a jump attack, doing a critical falling attack on this rat, I do not recommend it for new players. This rat can be very dangerous. He does a lot of damage, he has a decent amount of health. The only way that I recommend doing it is if you have a +5 any weapon. Well, most weapons. There's some weapons I don't recommend doing this with. Like, don't do it with a +5 broken sword, okay? Don't do anything with a +5 broken sword. However, for the use of this demonstration, this claymore should be pretty effective. So, when doing this, I have missed several times. So what you want to do first is make sure that his head extends just a little bit beyond this, the ledge right here. Cool, okay. Next you want to line yourself up with him, and then you want to lock onto him so you're automatically moving towards him as you move forward. And again, two-handed weapon for the most amount of damage. And then, drop down. First, I want to warn you though, he does do poison damage, so he'll poison you through your shield unless you're using the spider shield. So let's drop down. As you can see, +5 Claymore took him out. Put the poor dude out of his misery. I do want to note one thing though. When doing this drop attack, you have very, very little time to do the drop attack. Actually, a lot less than I expected, and I actually got a little bit surprised by it. So that drop attack, basically wait half a heartbeat and then do it. You're gonna get the damage done. If you don't kill him, you're gonna be in a bit of an interesting predicament. Basically, what I recommend you try to do is move back here and get through this door. Get through this door, and then when you have him in a little bit of bottleneck, you can block. You can take shots. So, for instance, with the Claymore, I would be doing that, and then immediately blocking. Even though I wouldn't have a lot of stamina, he'd probably knock my shield away. I would at least block the damage, then be able to roll and move back. Also buying something like a Purple Moss from the merchant just before Capper... I didn't even hit that guy. Just before Capper Demon, recommended for use against this guy, if you're the giant rat, if you're having trouble. But yes, that is all the footage that I missed, even though I know that in the original footage I took on the rat. Whatever. Not a big deal. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time.